drive this up. Monthly investors for the last, what, 2-3 weeks, what have they been doing? Buying. It's all above the VWAP. It's long. Potential opportunity for this continuation to happen, although we're at the 2SD, so I want to be cautious. Let's have a look at the quarterly. Well, look, it failed. Balance down failed. We've gone rotational. Take it up here. Well, look, we've been quite far down here, so I reckon we've got opportunities to go and test the extremes of value, because we tested the extremes of value here. Had it been, you know, like this had only tested up to here, then obviously when it came there, I might not be so inclined to go far up. But look, it came all the way down. So what the market does in one direction, when it goes rotational, it loves to do in the other direction. Why? Squeeze, short squeeze, squeeze everyone. It's already happening. You can see it there, right? Squeeze is on. This thing's got legs. And if I'm wrong, who cares? I'll just get out, right? I mean, I think it's going to go up, so I'm going to buy this market, probably. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Do like to clear up all the mess before I move on. Okay, so that is quarterly. Yearly, look, the normal trend broke. It's lending itself to a potential big move. Could go slow trend, who knows? But everything else ties in. So at the moment, in my mind, before I even got onto my DVA, I'm bullish. Okay, before I've even looked at my composites, I'm thinking this market's going to go up. And you know, I've noticed a lot of people have been asking me before I've introduced this stuff, you know, but the CVA is here and this is here, and now you can see why, guys. I'm quite loose with the other stuff because I've already decided by looking at my 4 VWAPs pretty much direction. It's now just about fine tuning and making sure I'm not doing something silly like going straight into a heavy area of volume, or you know, something like a imbalance down on my DVA is a better way of putting it. A daily. Are we heavily selling off on the day intraday? Then I need to wait for that to get into my long intention. So let's see, are we? Well, no, overnight, what have we done? Accepted above CVA low, that's very positive. Acceptance greater than CVA low. What are we doing? We've built, look, what's the market condition? It's imbalanced, right? Imbalanced. Rhythm is kind of a slow trend. Okay. And so we've done market condition. We've done the rhythm. Let's have a look at our CVA. So I remember now. So what I said to you is sometimes I do like to use these higher time frames to see if the CVA is correct. Because you know I said that it looked a bit like it didn't look perfect, right? And I agree. We had some chunks missing here. But because the days were so close together, sometimes I know I've given you that little chart where you can check it on the RTH, but I'm going to be honest with you, I do actually like to look at it on, let's have a look where it's from. So it's earlier in the month, isn't it? Of March. It's actually quite a bit away. I do actually like to look at it on some of these longer term frames. Yeah, so you can see what it is it's this area here. It's this area here. So I like to eyeball it and just make sure that it looks all right on a price chart in terms of range. It's actually this area here. So I'm quite happy with that. Can you see? Basically, yeah, it's 31.17, isn't it? It's kind of like that. Can you see it? That's what it is. It's that. It's this range. So I do like to just sometimes go back, just double check. Does it look all right? Yeah, actually, that looks like a decent area of value that we've built. That's a volume profile. I know it doesn't look like it, but again, you know, I'm not an artist by any means, but you see what I mean. That is clearly a composite profile, right? There's a lot of value being built in that area. and again, even though it's not obviously been merged. And then, yeah, so it looks to me like a very, very solid area. So I'll just get rid of that. Right, so hopefully you can see now why I was saying to you that it's really important you introduce this concept of return to value pullback from outside a composite. Because everything is pointing to long. Just because I've got this here, am I going to let it stop me? No way, right? I'll be honest with you. I'll be buying straight into that. I don't care. Yeah, I would scale here. But to me, if anything, that's a great opportunity because it's going to cause people who are using this as some sort of wall to capitulate. It's going to help me, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So look, I'll write it down, right? It's not my line in the sand. This is not going to be my line in the sand now. I'll be honest with you, my line in the sand is probably going to be my target, really, is this area. 32, be careful. I want to try and obviously get in before I really start testing that area. But this has got potential, I think, to obviously, I don't know what could happen here. It could just turn to mush. Hopefully it can go much further. Can't remember exactly what I did on this day. Hopefully I was buying, because otherwise I'm going to look a bit silly. But and I think I was. We looked at it earlier. I was pretty much buying. And in fact, let me just make sure that, because I do post my prep on here in the Discord. I just want to make sure I haven't made any mistakes on the day. So this was the 18th. Okay. Again, you're more than welcome to have a look at all of this stuff. There we go. Yeah, so I had that as a composite. Just get rid of some of this. So you can see this composite, I had it marked there, and I had this composite here, down here marked, which I'm probably covering right now with my face, but I had it marked. So fortunately, I did, yeah. And look, you can see actually my hypos, they were all long hypos. Obviously we came in late, but they were all long hypos. And as I told you, my C hypo is where I get out. So the C goes down, but it was very bullish that day. So you can go and have a look at these if you want. This could be a few years after I've done that you're watching this. It's fine. You'll see other hypos anyway, but obviously I'll keep that in history. You can scroll back as much as you want. If it's still there, it's still there. If it's not, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The point is that you can see I had exactly the same hypo that I've written here. So, you know, it's not by any means a fluke. And as you can see, guys, I was trading 6, 7, 8 contracts long on that day. We're talking huge amounts of size long, all right? When I have a plan, this is my 90%. I'm going to be completely frank with you. When I'm this convinced about something, I like something, you've already seen. I'm not going to sit here being picky about order flow has to be perfect. The 5% has to be perfect. Obviously, I'm not going to, you know, buy if we're like, if the move goes like that and we're up here, like literally in one line and the market shoots up and we're way past the second standard deviation, of course I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to be a little bit looser once I'm sort of convinced in terms of my 90%. And this to me seems like a pretty strong chance that we do go up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward this because I honestly haven't, obviously I know that I was buying this week, but I don't know how it actually happened. I have no idea. So let me just jump forward the 12 hours. Give it a sec. Yeah, perfect. So you can see what happened. We just shot up basically. Let's get rid of some of this. And actually what I should have done is my hypos, but you saw my hypos there, which were very clear actually. So let me just beg your pardon, just bear with me. Just going to move this forward a little bit. It doesn't want to comply. Just give me a second. Nope, it's because it's in market replay. It doesn't like it. I wanted to move it a little bit forward. When it's not a market replay, you just click that and you hold it down and it will move it in towards the edges. It's because I wanted the writing to be away. But that's fine. Look, all it is my hypo on this day, right? What would it have been? I wanted to get long. I said I want to break this. I just want to be careful as we get up here. So my A hypo coming into the day now, actually, we wouldn't be here, right? Let's be honest. We're going to be a little bit further into the session.